What's good, everybody? Ace of all trades here with the game Illuminaughty. We are back with yet another Triple Threat Sports podcast, episode 51. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing. Shout out to you guys listening to us on all your favorite podcast platforms, watching us on the YouTube videos. Shout out to you guys. But before we get into it and talk about some more sports, let's go ahead and do these introductions. First, say what up to leader of the flock. Flock.
What up?
True. Siggy Gun, say what up.
What up?
And JG, say what up.
I'm old, man.
All right, and speaking of that, shout out to JG. You know, he is the newest OG in the group now. This man, get him a rocker, you know, get him a cane. Happy belated birthday, man. Shout out to JG, man. You know
Thank you.
Yep, true. But and let's go ahead and talk about this, man. We saw this a couple of days ago. Jon Jones is going to be back. Yeah, you guys didn't mishear me. Jon Jones is going to be back. JG, what do you think about this, man?
I mean, this conversation is just as old as talking about kind of like Kaepernick and Trump, right? Like every time we talk about Jon Jones, it's never anything positive. So I don't expect anything positive about him coming back. What is this, like the third time?
Yeah, it'd be the third time.
Yeah. It's just like, bro, like either you're going to do right and you're going to stay on the clear path and get back to your former glory, or just hang it up. Like just go chill out and do something else productive, because I'm just tired of it. Like everybody in the UFC who I grew up watching and everyone who I love, they're pretty much gone, whether it's just because of old age or getting into trouble constantly, like Jon Jones. I mean, I gotta give it up to Daniel Cormier. Like I didn't like him at first, but I gotta respect what he's done. And now, you know, he's a heavyweight champion as well. Like that was a crazy fight, but it's like, okay, or what are we gonna do? Do we really want to see Daniel Cormier, Jon Jones again, given everything that happened? I don't even know if I want to see that again. I don't know if I want to see Jon Jones fight again, period. Because I just, like, every time I think about it, I just think about him doing something dumb and getting suspended again. So do I care about this? No, I'm just done. I just want Jon Jones to go away.
Okay, JG going into depth. What about you, Siggy? What do you think about this, man?
It's just like Josh Gordon. We'll see. Yeah, I got a feeling Jones is gonna find a way to mess it up. So
maybe this would be the time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this would finally be the time where he says, you know what, I'm not gonna take any type of steroids, anything like that. You know, I'm gonna use my God-given ability and just go ahead and beat niggas up, pretty much. So we'll see. And Flock, what about you? Do you even care about UFC like that? Does this interest you at all, or you're like, man?
Nope.
True. Man of many words, you guys. Don't blame him. Straight to the point.
Don't care. I mean, it's just like what JG said. Every time you talk about him, it's the same shit.
Right.
Tired of talking about. I'm the type, I just get tired of talking about the same thing. If I'm talking about everything other than what you known for, then why am I talking about you?
I feel you. All right, completely understandable.
You got 9 lives, bro. Like, how many times we gonna keep talking about him getting another chance? All right, you can't lay off the coke, bro. Just do what you do then. Hit and runs,
coke, pills, weed, like everything.
Yeah, performance enhancers.
I'd rather talk about people that's actually out here, the guys that's actually out here fighting.
Gotcha. And speaking of fighting, we're gonna kind of switch it up a little bit. This is gonna be a first. So Ninja was featured on the cover of ESPN magazine. So he will go down as the first gamer on the cover of ESPN magazine. Is that a great thing, or what do you guys think about it?
Hold on. That was I'm gonna just go on record and say that was the worst segue ever, because you said, speaking of fighting, and then you went right to Ninja. The dude couldn't punch his way out of a wet paper bag, bro. Learn how to segue.
And I thought everybody was gonna pick that up. I thought someone was gonna say something.
I'm gonna always pick it up.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You usually don't say that, and it woke you up though. So since you want to comment first, what do you think about Ninja being?
There you go. I don't care. I don't like Fortnite. I don't care about none of it.
All right, well, we're gonna talk to somebody that matters.
Video games is not a sport.
All right, cool. Okay, all right.
You can call it esports all you want. Playing video games is not a sport.
Okay. So we're gonna go to somebody this actually matters to. Siggy, man, let us know. What does this mean for gaming? What does this mean for Fortnite? Is this a great thing? Let the people know, man.
I mean, I guess you gotta ride the hot hand when it comes to popularity. So that's no doubt what Ninja is. You know, you try to put he's obviously now the face of gaming. You know, so I guess he could do what Optic, I guess, didn't do for ESPN when it came to the X Games. You know, everybody made a big deal about them winning the trophy for Call of Duty and whatnot in the X Games. But I mean, we'll see if it really does push anything forward in regards to that. I mean, unless Fortnite says, hey, we're going to be serious about esports, I really don't see him pushing esports the way they think. That's still going to be more of a League of Legends or a game like that. Maybe even Call of Duty.
Okay, understandable. JG, your thoughts?
I mean, pretty much the thing you said. Like they're just kind of riding the wave, and Ninja is going to be thrown in our faces for everything. Colin Cowherd is currently like pulling out his hair. This is the whole reason why he left ESPN in the first place, because they're trying to get further into esports, and Colin Cowherd still to this day he was like, esports is not a sport, like get out of here. I don't know why y'all trying to cover this now. I personally don't care. I feel like it's gotten to the point where you can't deny it. Like esports is here to stay, and it is shining a brighter light on gaming as a whole. So I mean, I'm not mad at it, but kind of at this point, like I'm not a Ninja fan. Like obviously everybody knows him, but it's kind of getting annoying now how like the people who have never heard of gaming period or just not into it, they always mention Ninja, like all of the older folks, and I'm like, come on, man, like it's plenty of gamers out here that we've known before Ninja, like that I can name, but
exactly.
But Ninja is the only one apparently, and he's the face of gaming. I kind of just want to see some more people. Obviously, like I'm not sure to pull this. You know, we need more representation,
but we do.
Thing, but I would like to see some other people get in the spotlight. But I mean, it's a major thing for him when it ain't putting no money in my pocket, so whatever.
I mean, I feel you. I think like you were picking back off it already what Siggy was saying, but you know that was a great point. Is the fact that you know Ninja is becoming the face of when it comes to gaming, so everything that you think of is you see Ninja, even if it has anything to do with him or not. I mean it's a good, and also I feel like that can also be a bad thing as well, because like you said, there are so many more people that it's, you know,
oversaturated.
Yeah, there's so many more people that are prominent in the you know, the gaming industry and everything like that, for the pro teams and all of that. And you know, as great as that is an opportunity for Ninja and like his brand and everything like that, I mean, it's more than just Fortnite, you know. But once again, that's also, you know, that's pretty cool. But I would have actually thought that the NBA 2K League somebody would have been featured on that cover, especially after the championship and whatnot, because you know that's so heavily involved when it comes with the NBA. You know, there's expansions for all these other teams, so I would have thought that maybe one of those teams or somebody from one of those teams would have been featured on the cover first before
It's still not
Ninja.
big enough. It's still not big enough.
It's
only its first year. It's in its infancy.
It just started.
Yeah, once all 32 teams, which I know would be inevitable, once all 32 teams end up having their own 2K League team, then it'll gain steam. Obviously, like the
it's only
NBA
like half the teams in the league.
It's only 17. Which now, like I know, like a couple more, like the Lakers got a team now, and I think like another team at least, but all 32 aren't there yet. But I mean, obviously the NBA got a lot of money behind it, so it'll get there eventually. But right now, Fortnite is the thing, and this is the reason why Ninja has surpassed pretty much everybody. I thought that. So like minus the like racist stuff and all the controversy, I thought that PewDiePie would have been at this point already, but even he ain't like that. Like Ninja surpassed him, and that's kind of wild. But
Fortnite
did it to himself, so yeah. And Fortnite, like I said, when you ride that wave of Fortnite,
12-year-olds rejoicing everywhere right now.
Yeah, you can't. Like they said that they probably go and get that cover and hang it up on their wall or something. Look, mommy, Ninja. Look,
you gotta go with what the kids deem popular.
Right.
Yeah. They
Absolutely.
the ones that's viewing it. They're the ones that's buying it. My only gripe about this is I kind of see what Colin Cowherd was saying and why he felt the way he felt. I feel like if esports got all this money tied into this stuff, I think it should be like they should have like their own network for that.
Right.
I think there should definitely be their own network for that. Not try to shove it down people's throats on ESPN and TNT and stuff like that. Like, because
funny because there
people
were
tune in
networks
for
for that
that.
before.
G4
Yeah,
and stuff.
G4.
Yeah, G4.
Because you used to have Arena, you know, what I'm
Yeah.
saying, stuff like that, where people competed on that. But I mean, you know, they messed that all up.
Right.
Or it might have been just ahead of his time, but maybe now would be a perfect time to do it.
Maybe.
Yeah, you're right.
They actually do have another network. I don't know if you all heard about this. It's called 11 Network.
It sounds. I think I've seen it on like the local channels and every now and then.
Yeah, I don't think that it's everywhere yet, but I have
There's
that.
the elephant in the
network.
room, though. Let's admit it. It's Twitch and all that. It's the streaming.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
Yeah,
why would
yeah.
you? Yeah, at this point, why would you, watch that stuff on TV when Twitch is just there?
Well, why
yeah,
they
you
can't
can
work
watch
with Twitch though?
You
That's
can
the
watch
thing.
it on mobile. Yeah, I just feel like it's too many politics with that one. I don't think that necessarily something that's dedicated to esports would prosper, given that like Twitch and Mixer and Facebook, like they have a stronghold now on these esports competitions.
Stop. YouTube Gaming's here. I mean, my bad. YouTube. My bad. They're there too. So stop.
Yeah, we're all in one now. Like, come on, man. Get out of here.
YouTube is funny, but
Because that shit was tanking. Nobody wasn't buying that bullshit.
right. Well, they should have never separated in the first place. But that's neither here or there. Let's talk. Let's talk about the Triple G Canelo fight. JG, I'll let you lead this one.
Don't, because I actually didn't watch it.
Oh man, which one of you guys actually watched the fight? Siggy?
Me
No,
and Siggy.
I didn't
No,
watch
I
it live though, but yeah, I mean, I got to catch it on the replay that I watched.
Okay,
after
Flock
I
and
was
Siggy,
like,
this is y'all, man. So let the people know about this.
Go ahead, Flock.
It's gonna be real quick. You know how I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Once again, they robbed Triple G. Pretty much, that's what it was. The first fight, they said it was a draw when Triple G obviously won that. Second fight, they gave it to Canelo. I'm like, come on, man, y'all, we really want to act like De La Hoya ain't got his fingers in all this stuff, bro?
Stop. He's trying to go to
We
be
don't-
president of the United States of
I
America.
don't give a shit.
Okay.
I'm being honest here. Somebody got to do it. I mean, he's got his fingers and all that stuff, and all they doing because they know Alvarez got that big Latino Mexican fan base. And he's trying to pump it up for a rematch and stuff like that. But at the same time, win or lose, you would have got it.
Yeah,
He
you
was
would have got it
already-
because of the draw.
Yeah, he would have got that rematch. So it's just like,
So
Damn,
now
really
this is
gotta-
definitely being stretched to a fourth. There's gonna be 4 fights because even no matter who wins this next one, either that's gonna be the end of it.
People don't want to see it
if it's
again.
Canelo, but if Triple G wins for the third time, really, but it only has one win. then
but I
it-
said this last time. I'm like, he's gonna pretty much have to beat him in convincing fashion. Anything close, it's either gonna be another draw. Or they're gonna give it to Alvarez. I said that the last time we talked about those two fighting. I'm like, no way are they gonna let Canelo lose like that. That's why I said the only time he lost was in convincing fashion to who? Floyd Mayweather. You couldn't cheat Floyd out of that fight.
Hell no. You know that ain't gonna happen.
He peppered him the whole fight. So that's why I said it can't anything close. They're not gonna cheat. They're not gonna give that fight, take that fight away from Canelo.
Right.
You know what I mean? With that fan base and all that stuff, they working on pay-per-view buys, yo. That's just how it always been. Boxing has always been one of the shadiest sports ever, because you leave it into the hands of judges, and half of them know absolute nothing about boxing. They like an in-law or somebody that's in the boxing commission or something. Hey, you want to be a judge? I ain't doing nothing Saturday. Why not?
Hey, bruh.
Boxing has gone so downhill that now the YouTube boxers are more entertaining at this point.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, bruh. I don't
know
yeah.
about
I
that
can't
one.
co-sign that one, fam. Oh no.
Just look at it in a bigger picture. The only other news in boxing is going to be Floyd saying that he wants to fight Pacquiao again.
Right, and I was about to bring that up.
Wow,
51
And,
0.
and that's exactly what I'm talking about.
51
Whenever-
0?
leave that alone.
Well, we're bringing that stuff up.
Because
Boxing-
wasn't that statistically like the biggest fight
Yeah.
ever? Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the biggest fights ever. I mean, come on now. Everybody was so upset after the last Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight. Everybody, not everybody, not even Floyd's fans.
He ran.
Yeah, he ran.
But
No,
Manny
that's
Pacquiao hollered, my
defense.
shoulder hurt.
Right.
Like, the plan is to hit and not get hit. What part of that don't people understand about boxing? Like,
Best
you wanna
defensive
sit around,
boxer
you
of
wanna
all
take-
time.
You want
One
to
of the greats.
take a lot of punches. I mean, hate to use him as an example, but look at Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, perfect
Fought
example.
fought past his prime, started getting hit. When that speed fails you, you start taking punches.
Look what happens.
You go against a dude like Ernie Shavers and George Foreman and guys like that, notorious big punchers. Yeah, that shit's gonna take a toll on you. And
Absolutely.
it did just that.
Floyd don't like to get hit.
Sugar
Pacquiao
Ray
was
Leonard.
throwing
Sugar
flurry
Ray
of
Leonard.
punches. It wasn't hitting nothing.
Right.
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard almost lost his damn eye.
What's the next big fight in boxing right now? Wilder and Joshua? Or what?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
no, he's fighting Tyson Fury.
Is that?
He's gonna fight Tyson Fury. I just don't like that dude. I think he's so overrated.
Who? Wilder?
Tyson Fury.
Oh, Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury. Yeah,
Okay.
You got lucky to beat Klitschko, right? That one time.
Yeah, like I mean, Joshua beat him too, but I'm like, y'all fought him when he was 40 years old.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Like,
But yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you guys mentioned that because when it comes to boxing, sometimes like that's the one thing I necessarily didn't understand, especially living here in Vegas. Like, you know, boxing is very, very popular and like showcasing a lot of the events and whatnot. Like sometimes I never understood, what are these judges watching? Like even as a kid, I'm like, you know, I would watch it with my dad or whatever.
I'm
like
watching
that.
who's the busier fighter and
Right.
stuff like that.
Like,
they
why-
watching who's throwing the most punches and not who's landing the cleaner punches.
Right, and
That's
it's just
exactly
like
what they're doing.
it don't make any sense, like how they judge it sometimes. I'd be like, how you have this score? What match are you watching? Like, and it's just some, it's like in Vegas, it just seems like some shady stuff goes down, man. Like being able to bet on yourself, put stuff on the books, getting people to put money down on you anonymously, all of that, like that's been going on for years in Vegas, and I don't understand it. So I mean, it goes what and what with boxing. But
this is why in boxing and UFC you always say, like, don't leave it up to the judges.
Right.
They'll all screw you over.
Yeah.
They will always screw you over. You got to knock them out, submit them. Like, do what you can.
Yeah.
Try your best.
right, because it goes
UFC going through these problems though too right now.
Oh, yeah.
there's
Oh,
just
yeah.
not big stars to carry the sport. You have to rely on.
That's
just
why they're waiting for
championship
John
fights.
Jones, man. That's what it is. They want John Jones to come back to be the face of the UFC. That's why they give him another chance. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Nah, they big
Yeah.
on
Connor's
McGregor
back.
right now. It could be this.
Nah,
this
but
could
Connor,
be
nah,
like-
bruh.
It's nothing else left. It
Yeah,
has to
right.
be this.
It has to
Yeah.
be this, yeah.
This is the only thing.
I mean,
I mean,
that's the thing, though.
They just won a heavyweight title. You don't have a heavyweight. You don't
Yeah,
have another
that's
heavyweight
wild.
contender. Like they're just combining all the weight classes right now, and this is why it's getting mad stupid.
yeah.
Isn't what's his name supposed to be coming back? Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Man.
He's
I
supposed to
mean,
be fighting Cormier, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what they're setting up now. Since Cormier just won a heavyweight title, so now they're gonna
Mm.
set up Brock.
We'll see.
Brock picking his battles. Well,
Well, this
Man.
is turning. Remember that movie, Basketball?
Yes.
Do you remember when, in the beginning when they said the sports world was dying, so they started enter sports and they started
Yeah, put
combining
them
them
together. Yeah.
Yep.
This is what's happening now. Where the MMA and boxing, we already saw that it's gonna be
Yeah,
like
we got
that.
them. We
Yep.
got Floyd fighting McGregor. They're gonna do more of those probably.
Watch XFL is gonna be like NBA.
Oh
stars
my
versus
God. I don't-
football players.
Bruh.
I hope not.
Stop
man.
it. Let's go ahead and move over to the NBA real quick. So what's going on with Jimmy Butler? He wants out of the Timberwolves. He's out, and he said, "Hallelujah, keep that same energy." And it was talking about I think he was talking about somebody's brother. Was it Carl Anthony Towns' brother or something like that on Twitter? Talking about thank God. JG, what are your thoughts about Jimmy Butler wanting to leave
I
Timberwolves?
mean, the Timberwolves as a whole right now is imploding, and it's sad.
I thought
I
that
mean,
was Spurs.
Jimmy Butler already knew. I mean, Tom Thibodeau. I mean, and I know Flock can attest to this. I mean, he knows how they operate. This man literally put the Bulls in Minnesota, and it's been ridiculous. Jimmy Butler was not going to work with Cat and Wiggins. I already knew that, and we saw that it did not work. Like Jimmy Butler was siphoning away touches from Cat. And that, I mean, that wasn't going to make him happy. And then Jimmy Butler isn't happy if he isn't getting more touches. And then he pulled that stuff on All-Star Weekend. Like, it was just
Bro,
so many
that was
situations.
so stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. And then, the rumors came that Jimmy Butler was, sticking this thing in Cat's girlfriend.
That's
Even though,
wild.
Cat said that was false.
Ex-girlfriend.
But
That's
that's
wild.
funny. It's funny nonetheless. The lie is funny. So that's what ended up happening there. And Cat said he wanted to go sign his extension, tell Jimmy Butler was gone. We heard about them having issues. And now apparently Tom Thibodeau is I seen the rumors that he was trying to get out too now.
Oh my
so
God.
I'm like, bruh, I'm like, what is really going on in Minnesota? Like, I thought that y'all had like a pretty decent squad, but again, I didn't like Jimmy Butler up there. And look what y'all gave up just to get Jimmy in the first place.
Right.
It's terrible, dog. But I mean, wherever Jimmy wants to go, I heard that the front runners are Clippers now. Yeah, I mean, are you really gonna be the man there? I don't know.
Hell no, bro.
Because obviously that's what he wants. He wants to be the man somewhere. So I don't know if it's gonna be on the Clippers. I mean, you want to deal with Lou Williams now. So I don't know. Yeah, you want to deal with that. I mean, if Lou Williams is happy being the sixth man again, which Doc ain't gonna let him be, then I don't know. I don't know. But that situation it's all crazy right now.
Right, Flock.
Oh boy. Jimmy Butler.
You called this back in the Bulls days, right?
Yeah, he said it. He said it.
Jimmy Butler. If you go into like your third team in like 2 seasons or 3 seasons, at some point it's you.
Right.
You constantly getting traded. I said this before. It's him, yo. It's him. It's his mentality. It's his attitude. I mean, if he would have stayed the same humble dude he was, 4 years ago, it wouldn't be this issue. But he's gotten this attitude that he's bigger than he really is, to be honest with you, because he's not the guy. He's a good number 2 guy, but he's not a good number 1 guy. He's not set for being your best player. That's just what it is. He's a great 2-way player, but he's not the guy that's gonna put your franchise over the hump.
Right.
So if he wants, and prime example, he's more concerned about being the guy than he is about winning. Because if this is true, that is, he don't want to go and play with LeBron in LA, or don't want to go here, don't want to go there. If he don't want to sign, he wants to go with Kyrie and play in New York.
I heard that.
He wants to go to, and if that's the case, he's not going to be the guy in New York. Kyrie is.
Right.
That's what it is. I mean, you still got to remember, you still got Porzingis over there when he comes back. So you're going to be the third guy. Real talk. He's going to be
ready for that.
Nah, hell no.
You might even be the 4th guy if Knox is a beast.
Yeah, you want to go there. You want to go to the Clippers, where he can be the guy. He wants to go to the Brooklyn Nets. Who wants to go to basketball purgatory?
I ain't never heard that before.
That's wild. That is wild, fam. That is absolutely wild. The Nets. What's going on?
Yeah, just my thoughts on it real quick. So the rumor about the Clippers front runner is because he thinks that Leonard is going to go there for sure. So it is weird that he's picking 2 teams, Knicks or
so
Clippers, where he won't be the man. So I don't get it. Then there was, I don't know if it was true or not, the whole cat thing.
That's wild. That's a wild story.
Something going on, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up being true.
That's a wild story, fam.
They done formed the Timber Bulls over there. It was like everything I guess he was trying to get away from. And
no, that is true.
Timber Bulls
is real.
Bro, that's wild. That is wild.
Did they just sign Lou Alding?
Yes.
No other team in this league was calling Lou Alding.
Once you get Joakim Noah over there, you basically form the team again.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
You form the Bulls again.
That would be
like,
wild.
You gotta realize this. You done went back 8 years in a hot tub time machine, yo. Like this ain't the 2000. This ain't the 2010, 2011 Bulls. Like, let that shit go. Like that team, it didn't work then. It's damn sure not gonna work now.
Right.
But Derrick Rose is nowhere near what he used to be. Taj Gibson is nowhere near what he used to be. Noah ain't played in 2 seasons. Like, come on, man. It's like at one point, I mean, Thibodeau's gonna be coaching for his job this season, yo. So I think the
timing is hilarious because the Knicks came out and said they're not trading any more picks for players. So it was just funny that happened. As soon as they said that, like a day later, Butler says he's demanding a trade and the Knicks are on the list.
Right.
I think if you're the Knicks for sure, and I think if you're the Clippers for sure, you're not giving up anybody because you already know that you're going after one of them in free agency. Some of them have money to do both, or some of them can make moves and stuff like that, but they won't be able to do that if they try to make trades right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll make themselves less attractive than they already are. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Knicks aren't going to trade Knox for a Butler whenever he's a free agent. So what are the Knicks going to give? Nobody, unless they can get rid of contracts, which ironically they could probably get rid of because they still technically have him, right?
Yeah.
But they're not going to take that. So I just don't know if any of these teams, except the Nets maybe, will be willing to trade.
This man really said he wants to.
Yeah, the Clippers. The Clippers gave up the boat already, so they're not trying to do that again. Or at least I hope not.
I would think both of them stand pat, especially since they know they can get them anyways at the end of the year.
Right. I just think it's
you just
wild
have to play it out.
Right.
Nobody wants to repeat that Carmelo Anthony thing that the Knicks did. They gave up the farm for him when they could have just signed him out the next season. I wouldn't do it. If I'm a GM, I tell him, hey, let him know if he wants to come here, we not trading for him. At least nothing ridiculous. So we'll keep some cap space. Like what they say on the Motel 60, we'll leave the light on for him.
Yeah,
that's what we'll do.
Right, but we're gonna move on. That was definitely an interesting topic. So good job on that, fellas. Yeah, we're going over to the NFL. You guys already know we are in week 3 of the NFL, and I'm glad the NFL is back. Chargers are giving me heart attacks and everything like that, but you know, go Chargers. Yeah, I was just about to say. So Siggy, thank you, Jesus. The Chargers are finally not the team to give the Browns life. What's good with the Jets, man? First of all, what the hell was the beginning of the game like? 5 drives, 25 yards in between each team. What's going on with y'all, fam? What's going on with the Jets?
The only thing good that came out of this game though is that finally everybody can finally put to rest that this Tyrod Taylor experience was a good thing. He's done, and he's probably done now forever. So I don't want to hear how great he is. If he had a chance, he had every opportunity in the world with the Bills and the Browns, and they say he couldn't make it. Whenever you can't win in Buffalo and Cleveland, it just means you're not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
So let's just get that out of the way.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield literally took that team, you know, and gave them life and won the game. All the points were because of his plays. And the Jets, I mean, they had I don't even know if they had a plan for him because everybody thought it was going to be Tara. So
yeah, I
don't know. The Jets played good defense in the first half. They were winning 14-3 at halftime. And then they lose 21-17.
Yeah, they were 3 at halftime.
And then it's funny though because I knew whenever the draft was happening, I said I wanted Mayfield, and nobody else at the time had him. It was Allen and Darnold. Everybody was talking about it, even Rosen. But I was like Mayfield. And then out of nowhere, the Browns pick him, and it was a surprise. And it's like, God, why did they take him? That's the one I wanted the most. I was happy I got Darnold because I was like, okay, well at least we got the one that was projected to be the best quarterback. But now we see the difference between the two. One isn't afraid to throw. The other one is too timid and is doing these short dink and dunks. He's like a glorified Alex Smith at this point. And I can't stand that. Here I see Mahomes going, deep. Mayfield throw these darts, and then here I got another Alex Smith I got to stare at, and I'm like, oh my God. At least Chad Pennington would throw down the field. Now I miss all these players. At this point I wish we kept Teddy Bridgewater.
Damn. Flock, what are your thoughts so far in the NFL? What do you think about the Browns and the Jets? Did you get a chance to catch any in the game at all?
Nope. Didn't see any of it, but heard it was a very interesting game.
It's funny. That is funny. This is out of the 2 worst teams, and yet it's been like probably the most entertaining Thursday night football game in a long time.
Right.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, that's very sad.
At first, it was looking real dumb in the first half.
People were going in.
Baker Mayfield came out, then it became something.
Right. You got any other thoughts about the Browns and the Jets, JG?
I mean, I don't like Sam Darnold. That's all I gotta say. Like, I don't get what's his obsession with Quincy Enunwa. Like, he acts like he's the only wide receiver on that team. I mean, you have a semi-healthy Jermaine Kearse. You really ain't got no tight end. Still got Robbie Anderson. Yeah, like the Browns knew who he was gonna throw to. I mean, he came out on record and said it. The Quincy Enunwa just easy to throw to. Like, they had a good running game. Like that solid. You had Powell and Crowell scored the first 2 touchdowns for them. Only 2 touchdowns. So I mean, they had no problem there. But Sam Darnold just could not find anybody, man.
2 interceptions, man.
It was ugly, this game. And people trying to hype him up to him because of their first game, minus that the first pass for interception. But I was like, I don't know what y'all was seeing. Like, he's still a rookie. I don't think that he's gonna be that nice. And this game just showed it. Like, when the Browns whoop your ass like that, something's going on, because they were definitely guarding the air. It wasn't so much on the ground, but they had the air game on lock.
Hey,
it was play calling. When you know that all they're doing is going to run the first 2 downs, it's easy to defend.
Yeah,
because all they have to do is guess the side. Because as you can tell, the Jets were beating them whenever they were picking the right side that they decided to run on. So they were going left, and you try to guess, all right, but they're gonna run this play, you know, this time, and then they wound up not doing it. That's how the Jets got their yards. But whenever they had to throw it, he was only throwing for 5 or 6 yards a pass. It was like, it was pathetic.
You need something big.
When you know that all you do is throw short passes, you can just bring everybody in. That's what they were doing. All the corners, the safeties, they all
knew.
They just know that hey, they're not gonna throw deep, so here you go.
Right,
they're gonna ball them up, man.
Absolutely. And the Browns have already been in conversation already because they've already been to an awesome start. I think you put the tweet in the DMs of Siggy, if I believe so, about them being they had a tie. It was their best start of the season since 2000. That's
how do you have your best start of the season with the tie?
That's wild.
Which is ridiculous in the first place. That was actually worse for the Steelers than
18 years, fam. 18. And speaking of the Steelers, we're gonna talk about them too, but it's because of the Steelers that the Browns are tied. Like what? Like what is going on in Pittsburgh, man? They got Antonio Brown's bullshit on social media. Take his phone away. The Steelers are imploding from inside. Le'Veon Bell is still not up. What's good with the Steelers, man? What is up? Flock, you got any thoughts on that situation, man?
Nope.
True. Siggy.
The Steelers, I think their biggest problem so far has been, it has to be the locker room. I don't know if it's the coach. You know how you always hear about somebody losing the team. It's just too many weird things that you've never seen before. You've never seen your own players, you know, criticize a player for holding out for money like they did with Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
You've never seen a person not celebrate with their team whenever Juju Smith got that touchdown. And Antonio Brown was, you know, sulking in the side because it wasn't him. That's just stuff.
That's wild. That's wild. That's wild, fam. That's wild.
And it just means that either they don't like Ben or they don't like Tomlin. Something is going on to the point to where the team just doesn't like each other.
There's a rift,
and it's just toxic.
There's a rift. It's a rift. That's what it is.
It's just crazy. I don't know, you know, what they could do to fix it. Somebody that needs to be traded, or somebody needs to get signed, or somebody needs to get fired. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. It's kind of like the whole Spurs situation in the NBA. You just don't know what it is. You know there's something, but you just don't know. Except with this in the Pittsburgh situation, it just seems there's a lot of odd things happening.
Right. JG.
I don't know why I keep doing it. When I mute myself, it keeps kicking me out. Look, but
okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. JG, do you have any thoughts about the Steelers and just with AB, Le'Veon Bell, the drama just surrounding them?
I mean, I think that we're officially seeing that Mike Tomlin has lost his team.
Sad too, because he's a good coach.
Yeah, because I actually like Mike Tomlin. He's one of the good black coaches in the NFL.
Right.
I mean, you got the freaking Steelers. They got legacy going on. So I mean, it's not a problem to win with them, but I think it's too many hotheads. I just think that he can't really control them anymore. I mean, you got the money situation. You got people wanting the ball more. It's a lot of divas on that team right now.
Facts.
You got big men who
I love it.
You say you love it?
Of course you do.
I know you do.
Of course you do.
So I mean, it makes sense for you to love the situation. But yeah, I mean, the Steelers right now, they just aren't on the same plateau that they were at first. And until they figure out everybody's egos and figure out how to mesh together so that they can actually win some games, it's gonna be a long season for them, a real long season. Now, the one terrible, I mean, it makes it worse that you have Le'Veon Bell not playing. We're going in week 3, still hasn't played. He hasn't said anything about that.
He on social media though. He's on social media though. He's all here tweeting and whatnot, making faces and emojis.
But
and
you have James Conner, who's actually doing amazing, regardless of them losing or tying. He's still actually doing like really, really good. So
right,
it's just ridiculous. Like, when you have someone like that, you got a person coming in who wasn't supposed to get any snaps at all, coming in and showing that he can do your job almost better than you. Like, that's also a bad look. That's a real bad look. So I don't know what they're gonna do, because the Steelers they're holding firm. They said that they're not gonna trade him. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, man. Like, it's too many things going on at once, and I don't know what's going on in that locker room, but nobody knows anything. Mike Tomlin just lost. He lost that team so bad.
One thing I gotta add real quick, because I saw whenever the Steelers were losing and they kept saying just throw it to Antonio Brown, throw it to Antonio Brown. Ben threw to him 17 times. I mean, you don't hear of that. So I don't know why no one thought that he wasn't throwing at him.
Yeah,
17 times. There's quarterbacks that don't even throw 17 attempts in a game, and they threw to him out of 60 passes.
Yeah, that Chiefs game. That's the reason why they came back. Like Big Ben, he kept throwing it. He did not stop after they were down 21-0. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what game they're watching. He is throwing at him. It's just not, I mean, whenever you have, I mean, let's face it, Juju's actually a pretty damn good player. I don't know if Antonio Brown is just mad about that. Like, it's kind of, oh man, I'm not the only guy no more. I don't know. It's
gonna be like a Mike Thomas, Brandon Cook situation on the Saints.
It could be. I don't know. It just seemed very odd that Juju was smiling the whole game and Antonio Brown was sulking, and then he wants the ball, but yet he was thrown to 17 times.
That's unreal to be targeted that many times in one game.
Right, and still bitching about it.
Mode, so.
Exactly.
Right. That's wild. But enough about that BS. Let's talk about Josh Gordon. We called it here. We said that he wasn't going to be reliable.
What week did I say?
Well, I think we all said week 1.
Yeah,
I think I said 3.
Yeah, you did.
It took 2. Now we on week 3, and here we go.
He's a Patriot. New England Patriots picked up on his contract very quickly. Josh Gordon and the Cleveland Browns have part ways, and now he is a Patriot. Now, a lot of people are saying, will he prosper?
Well, he was traded.
Yeah, well, he's traded. Is he going to prosper as a Patriot? Is he going to do great things, or is he going to be more of a nuisance? What do you guys think? I'll go with you first, Flop.
I mean, Patriots don't play that. They just going to show that, hey, look, we just let you know we don't really need you. That's what they always do. I mean, they did it with Randy Moss.
But if you think about it, they really don't.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
They do it with everybody. That's what I'm saying. They'll tell you, I'm sure they the type of organization, whether they tell you or not, they probably don't have to tell you.
You just know. You know,
if you know your history. If you know your history, which most players don't these days, if you know your history, you'll know. Like, they did this with Randy Moss.
Right.
Like, for real, they basically told him, like, act up here if you want to. We can go undefeated with or without you, fam.
Send you to the CFL.
Yeah. So
that's
they
wild.
resurrected his career a little bit, but. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna do for dude, man. Hopefully he gets it, but he's another one, man. Like, we talk about him a lot. It's never about him playing,
right?
Like John Jones. So I don't want to spend that much time talking about him because I never see him play.
You're right.
I never see what he can do on the field. I don't think I've ever seen him really play. Only thing I ever hear about him or see about him is him getting suspended.
Right.
So I don't care. So
I feel you. Siggy?
Interesting trade. They called like all the teams that were they were trying to get him out of the conference. They called the Cowboys, they called the Redskins, they called the Giants, everybody, the teams that he wanted, and everybody said no. So the Patriots were the only ones left, and like, oh crap, all right, we'll go ahead and take it. So they traded, what was it, a fifth round pick?
Yeah, it was 5th round pick.
With conditions, though, that if he's not active for 10 games,
he's got to.
Then the Browns give up a 7th round back. So
yeah.
it's an insurance trade also on top of that. So
hey, man, it's Patriots, man, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know that's smart.
Excellent front office.
Right?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
And then on top of that, it just means that just like to Flock's point, it literally means we don't need you. And if you do not play, hey, guess what? We only traded swapped a 5th or 7th. Who cares?
Yeah, you don't really lose anything.
As far as what he could do, it's amazing how the Browns, gave up on him after he, I guess, hurt his hamstring in a promotional video or some sponsorship stuff. I forgot what it was. Then the very next week, he's fine. Right now, they're saying that he's already practicing with it. Now he's going to play on Sunday. So it's crazy. And this is a big if he is like what Randy Moss was for Brady and they just connect deep throws, that's going to be something special to watch. Because Brady still has it, and he just doesn't have. We thought Brandon Cooks would be that guy, and he wasn't. He didn't get the separation that everybody thought. That's the reason why they traded him right away. After 1 year, or 2, whatever it was. But
shit, now 5.
Gordon can separate. And Gordon got the touchdown the first week when he wasn't supposed to play. He came in and got that touchdown at the end.
Right.
I do think that there's a chance, but like Flock said, also though, he really isn't a 1 or 2 option. They still got Hogan. They're gonna have Edelman back next week. Obviously Gronkowski's still there, and James White's also been pretty much another receiver for them. So where do you fit in? How many catches would you get? Is he going to be worth a fantasy roster and stuff like that? There's going to be times where he'll hit a home run, but it's going to be, that's pretty much all he's going to be used for, I think.
Right. I mean, he's good for them. He's good. They don't need him, but if he is useful and whatnot, then the offense would be even more of a threat. JG, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to say that Josh Gordon has been number 12 like his whole career, and he even got it tatted on his back in the exact height and shape of a jersey. And now he has to give it up. Now he's number 10 because obviously Tom Brady is number 12. I just found that hilarious, so I know he's probably a little bit upset at that. I mean, you got it freaking tatted on your back, for goodness sake.
What's that for? How many weeks he don't play in a season?
Oh my god.
It might be like, you might be right. Like y'all was saying before, like the Patriots don't play that. They've already this year, they worked out Corey Coleman after he cried on the Browns and got traded to the Bills. Then the Bills dropped him. Then he worked out for the Patriots. Patriots dropped him. Kenny Britt, who was also on the Browns after he came from us, he got worked out with the Patriots. They dropped him. So like, just them two alone, because they've dropped like at least like a good 4 or 5 people as they work them out. Josh Gordon will be no exception.
Right.
No exception here. So like you said, he got to get it right. But your upside, I mean, you're freaking like, you're gonna have Tom Brady pass it to you. You know how that is. Like that's like heaven right there.
So, and he went to a winning organization. You actually have a chance to be a champion. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. You actually know what it feels like to win.
So Josh Gordon's upside is going to be through the roof here. Like, people are already clamoring in every single fantasy league you could think of. I want Josh Gordon, just because of the potential that he's going to be catching everything from Tom Brady. So, I mean, it's going to be crazy. Like, if we see those connections, I hope not, because I got Chris Hogan in one of these leagues. So, so I ain't trying to see Josh Gordon take away those reps, but man, just think about that. Edelman, Chris Hogan, Gronk, and Josh Gordon all out there clowning.
Let's get to what we really want to talk about. What's the over under on him? How many games he actually gonna be out?
4 games.
After all that,
yeah.
After all the clamoring, right?
I mean, with Nabo Flock ain't.
He's not wrong.
We wasting a lot of time here talking about this dude.
He's not wrong,
we
man.
know he's not gonna play a full season.
I think he's gonna play 4 games, man. I think he's gonna be up out of there. It's either gonna be from injuries or he gonna do something stupid again. That's my bet.
Man,
I give him 3.
Himself out of it. He'll talk
give him 3.
Out.
Okay. All right. Under 4. All right.
I'll go 5. I'll go 5 because I think the first 2 weeks he'll do good, and then he'll start acting up after the 3rd week, and then they'll give him another chance because he did good the first 2 games.
What about you, Ace?
I'm gonna go 6 games because
6 games. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm 6 and above because I think that he's gonna take this opportunity and he's gonna realize, hey, this is a new beginning for me. I need to get it together. I need to stay focused, stay healthy, and potentially raise my stock up. So I think he's gonna go 6. So.
Man, he already rolled up a fat doobie, yo.
If you have no fantasy, trade him right away because everybody's like JJ was saying, they're clamoring for him, but you don't know what you're gonna get, so you might as well get the best.
Sell high,
baby. Get some good, get some good of him.
Sell high, baby.
I heard people trading Tyreek Hill and stuff like that for him already. I'm like,
man,
wow, crazy.
somebody in my league traded Jay Ajayi, who's questionable this week for Josh Gordon.
Look at that. You're getting
what? Huh?
Yes. Yeah,
that would be a veto, boy. Easy, like,
bro. People in this league, they were upset. They were calling each other. It's a white league too, so they were calling each other cunts and stuff. I'm like, yo, y'all are crazy. I'm like, y'all are crazy over this trade. I was like, I don't even care because I was like, at the end of the day, I think that obviously Jay Ajayi is going to be a much better person for your league than Josh Gordon. Like, you got that much faith in him, but go ahead. I was like, if that's what you want, I'm not going to veto it. Do what you do. I think that's a stupid trade, but we'll see. Josh Gordon, like I said, it could be a huge bust, a really, really huge bust. But if he ends up panning out, man, then people gonna be excited about that one.
Right. So can we talk about what we're really here to talk about, y'all? Vontae Davis decides to retire, which, okay, cool, you retire. But the problem with this is he retires in the middle of a game at halftime. Who does that? The Buffalo Bills were going against the Los Angeles Chargers, and Chargers were whooping on that ass at the first half. And then he says, I'm done. I'm not just done for the day, I am retired. He changes and walks out of the stadium. What the hell? Flock, have you ever witnessed anything like this ever? Like what's going on here?
No, I haven't witnessed that, but I'm quite sure I will witness it when we start playing 2K. JG's gonna do it on us.
Oh, facts. Facts.
That's video games, though.
Yeah. I already know he's gonna do it. About 5 games into it. Like,
Oh my god, I didn't expect that.
I'm hella out of here, boy. I already said it.
Oh my god.
But, so I've already recruited a point guard because I know JG's not gonna last long.
Oh
But anyways, to that right there, that's really odd, man. I think you owe it if you got problems with the organization, with the coaching staff, all that other stuff. You owe it to the other 50 plus guys that you out there playing with.
I can never trust you after that.
Yeah, it's like that's a hell of a way to burn a bridge, because one of these days you may need one of those players that you gave up on in life. You know, from what I hear, that's supposed to be a brotherhood. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I played basketball. I didn't play football, and that's just how we were. We always made sure we looked out for one another. You know, even outside of basketball, if we liked each other, that is. Because
right.
players I played with, I didn't particularly like or care for. But you know, on the court, it kept it. You know, we kept it cool. But you don't do that, man. That's just ill unprofessionalism. That's just some stuff you don't do.
One of the most.
He violated definitely on that one.
He's getting charged somehow.
You could at least finished out the game and was like, you know what, I'm good, or trade me or release me, something like that. Don't quit on your team like that, man.
Yeah, that's wild. See.
And that's the thing too. Let's bring it in context. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, if you quit your job, you know, you need to, you know, step back and look at yourself. You know, you don't ever say, oh, let me, you know, finish at the end of the day and stuff like that." But the difference here is that he went into that locker room at halftime. He started getting dressed and walked out without saying anything to anybody. And the only reason why it came out that he quote unquote retired is because, you know, he would have got fined and all that stuff with the contract stuff for doing that. So he had to say he retired. You know what I mean? It's not like you could take it back and say, well, I quit on my team. You don't want that to come out even, you know, because it was already worse that you did quit on your team, but you don't want it to actually say it. So you got to say, oh, I retired. Yeah, I was just, you know, I didn't feel myself playing at the level that I'm used to playing, and I had to, you know, end the game right there. The thing is, though, if he really wanted to do that, if he really wanted to retire and gracefully leave, etc., why would you get dressed in your street clothes and then bounce out the stadium and go home? That's what makes the whole thing even worse. You can get dressed and then stay in the sidelines. You can
know
tell
what?
the
You never know. You never know why some of these people do it. I mean, maybe he's doing it for the exact same reason why we, you know, for what it could be. We actually talking about it. To have people actually talking about him.
I don't know.
You never know, man.
That's
wild. That's the wrong type of attention. But
if it is that though, why would you not stay or why won't you just tell the team, hey, look, I'm not wanting to play no more. Just take me out and then just stay and cheer for your team from the sidelines.
Man,
that's what I would have done.
Man,
I mean, that's what you would do in a normal situation.
Yeah, if you got injured or something like that.
Don't give up on your teammates, bro.
Yeah,
that's like the worst.
The only time you leave the stadium is a family emergency, or if medical emergencies happen to you and you have to go to the you have to actually go to the hospital unless they have something like at the facility. If you're injured or something like that, you typically stay on the sideline. You dress down, you get into your athletic gear that you wear prior to the game, and you will watch the game. So for him to do that, it's just
you tell somebody too. He told nobody.
He didn't even say that. Yeah, that's wild. JG, your thoughts?
I think what I find weird about this situation, besides the fact that he just left without telling anybody, is that statement that he had came out like almost immediately after he did it. Like, it wasn't some, oh, this came out a day after. That came out like within hours of him doing it. Like, it was all laminated and stuff. It was like, it looked all pretty, like you know, something like,
because he had to do that
exactly. Like, it was premeditated. It was premeditated. He was like, no, but that's crazy because he said that he felt like this after halftime, right? So but if you came out with that statement so quickly, you already had this embedded in your mind. So why would you do it then, though? Why couldn't you just wait till after the game to do it if that's how you really felt before then? That's what's really weird to me. I didn't understand that at all.
I need him to write a book because that's
to save money. I'm telling you, do not want to get the fine. You would get fined for doing that. You know, if you're having a contract situation and all that stuff.
Man,
so he was
ridiculous, man.
He avoided the fine by officially retiring and setting it all up and everything.
Vontae Davis, I ain't never ever seen you act like this, boy.
And he's a 10-year vet. I mean,
that's wild.
That's what's crazy.
The only thing I can understand, and we've been seeing a lot more players retire earlier, is the fear of getting CTE or getting some type of other like real major injury. Like, because I know a lot of football players now, they're seeing how these older vets who've been playing since they like 35 or 40 or whatever, that how they're acting,
right?
And them not being able to do other ventures outside of football and once they're done. I know you're trying to preserve your body, but I don't know, man. It was just the way that he did it. I think that's what it's going to come back to at the end of the day. Just the way that he went about it.
Right.
Was just very, very strange. Very strange.
Right. All I'm going to say is, JG, you should be worried because, the Chargers out here making, dudes quit in halftime. We playing y'all this weekend.
On my team quit.
Right. Don't worry. If it happens again, we know it's because of the Chargers, all right? Just throwing it out there. The Battle of LA.
Cut that out. And a nice segue, though. These Rams.
Bruh. We called it though. They have no other reason but to be great. They are great.
Still gonna lose the first game in the playoffs.
Hey man, chill. We don't need all that negativity around here, man. Just calm down.
We still have a chance of making the playoffs. I have a chance of the first round pick, only the first pick.
Hey man, when you lose to the Browns, you kind of deserve it. Just saying.
Well, back to my Rams though.
This guy.
I think one of the things I was worried about was Brandon Cooks, because I was already like upset, and I've said it before on this podcast. I was upset about them, we giving him that major extension, but
it was wild.
I mean, like I said, he's a little shorter than some of these cornerbacks and safeties out here, but hey, he catches stuff. I mean, I'm not mad at it at all. Like, it gives us another threat down the field, and man, that 34-0 blowout, the weak ass Cardinals. Like, man, I'll tell you, boy, Sam Bradford, dog. I'm telling y'all tripping, yo. Y'all just gave us 2 free games. I don't know why y'all relying on him. Y'all better bring in that rookie, because that ain't panning out for you. You can't get the ball to Fitz. You can't get the ball to nobody. Y'all gave away damn near all y'all receivers. It just really fits in Christian Kirk, the rookie. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a hard time for the Cardinals, but I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
Chargers
first real test is gonna be them Chargers. We gonna see. Y'all defense is supposed to be legit, so we gonna see.
All right, gotta clamp
up. The battle of the dreadheads: Melvin Gordon versus Todd Gurley.
All right,
let's go.
I mean, it's kind of like interesting too, because I mean, obviously I'm a Chargers fan, but I have Gurley as my running back, and it's like I want Gurley to do well, but I also I want the Chargers to win, so it's like we're gonna see how that goes.
Gordon in the other league, so how you think I feel?
Right, so it's interesting. It's about the Battle of LA, man. Battle of LA. But I'm sure
we're gonna take it again. That's all I know.
I'm sure Siggy and Flock don't care, so we can just go ahead and move on.
I just had to mention that real quick.
I feel you, but I wanted to end the podcast on this question. I thought this was a very interesting question. So the question is, if you could shout out one athlete during their prime, dead or alive, who would it be? Flock, I'm gonna go with you.
Muhammad Ali.
Ooh, good one. Want to tell the folks
he said
why?
That no hesitation.
Well, because he knew about it.
Yeah,
already.
I know.
I didn't even know. I didn't know what you were asking. I never look at those. What's called?
Okay.
Genuine. Yeah.
True.
That's an easy answer though.
Right. See.
My bad. I just told on myself. I never look at those notes though.
Well, yeah, then you did.
You're saying shadow, right? Or are you saying as in just following them along the ride,
be like a fly on the wall?
Yeah, pretty much be on a fly on the wall. You can go through
just to watch and try to experience the stuff that they went through. Is without a doubt Muhammad Ali.
Right, to observe them, to go through the training regimen with them, to just to be like, just live life as them if you could, just literally be a fly on the wall.
All right, this is why. So when anybody asks like why Muhammad Ali, you got to think about it. He was at his height during the civil rights movement, and a lot of the stuff that he said, athletes would never say. Even some athletes now wouldn't dare say some of the stuff that he said. He talked about oppression. He talked about racism. Talked about classism. When they tried to draft him into the military because of his his beliefs and all this stuff, and he said, no, look, I'm not going. No vehicle never called me nigga. I'm not going over here to kill poor people. Why I'm gonna go over there and fight for you, and you won't even fight for me while I'm here. I felt that shit when I heard all that. Of course, I wasn't alive when that shit happened, but when you see the tapes, old saying TVs, documentaries of it, you feel that. Yeah. So my grandfather used to tell me stories about that. He was like, man, they tried to do everything to get rid of that man. Like they tried to drag him into the ground. He like, but just because he was outspoken, and I can definitely, attest to that. Being outspoken and telling the truth and telling how you feel and whatnot. So that's why, and then he was the best at what he did. He talked a lot of shit, and then he backed it up. He told somebody he was gonna beat him down in 6. He beat him down in 6. You know what I mean? The biggest and the baddest dudes. You know what I mean? So yeah, going through all that stuff and having to deal with some of the stuff during that time where black people weren't even considered, nowhere near equal. I mean, we still aren't, but you imagine how it was 50, 60 years ago.
Right.
So that's just to me, he was ahead of his time. And if he was around today, being an athlete, a lot of people would like legit really hate him. He's like Floyd. People hate Floyd Mayweather for certain things. A lot of people revered, Ali. A lot of people hated him. So, but regardless of what, you had to respect him. So
right.
for that's why I would pick him.
Absolutely, good explanation. Siggy.
I probably, I probably would have picked Derek Jeter just because I'm a Yankee fan and I would have loved to see how he came from Kalamazoo, growing up and get the championships and all that stuff. Being somebody that nobody thought would do good and being just a tall shortstop, and nobody would ever thought that he would be what he became. I'll pick.
Siggy, be real. You just wanted to, be a fly on the wall for all the roster of chicks he was with, man. Be real.
That's it. I want to hear about the gift basket. I want to see what was in it. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that was wild, bro. Giving him, he gave like these luxurious gift baskets and whatnot. Like that's wild.
Yeah, for everyone I stand, they would get a gift basket. Came with an autographed ball.
No lie. Derek Jeter is that dude because he done knocked down some of the.
Bro, his roster is wild.
Yeah, yep. He got a resume.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But let's move on. JG.
I mean, this is a hard one once you actually think about it. There's a lot of people who I would like to shadow, but I think just off the top of my head, I would probably want to shadow Michael Jordan.
Sure.
I think I want to shadow Michael Jordan. I want to see like everything that went on during, when the shoe came out and all the controversy behind that and the colorways and whatnot. And I want to see how he was like actually treating everybody, because like nowadays, like Michael Jordan be getting a lot of shit. Jordan be getting a lot of shit.
Jordan was an asshole.
He's an asshole, bro.
But yeah, I want to see all these interactions. Like I want to see like all these practices that he had, everything that happened during the Bulls days. I want to see all of that. Like I think that would be a pretty interesting experience to be a fly on the wall during his prime.
True. And I'll end it with Emmitt Smith is one of my favorite running back of all time.
Please don't say Emmitt
Smith.
No, listen. I was going to say, Emmitt Smith is definitely one of my favorite running backs of all time. But if we're talking about, shadowing somebody in their prime, and of course, NFL, football is my favorite sport of all time, I actually would have to say Barry Sanders would be somebody that I would personally want to watch over and just be able to just see his training regimen, everything he went through during the time. I mean, what he was doing was so unbelievable. Like the way he moved on that field, I would have loved to see his training regimen, what it was like to actually, put a city and a team on your back and literally just do all the amazing athletic things that he did, and just to be a household name, and then just to walk away.
Now that you explained yours, now I kind of wish I changed mine to Bo Jackson, because I actually want to see what happens.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too for a second.
I mean, if you would have asked me who my favorite athlete was ever, I would say Bo Jackson. But...
Nah, yeah, I didn't. I just wanted to clarify, because it was hard for me to, because I like Emmitt Smith. That's why I wore number 22, because of him. But it just like Barry Sanders, man, like, bruh. Like,
that's the reason why I started thinking about Bo Jackson, because I just knowing that when your NFL career ended and everybody was saying that's it, you're done, and then he still had life with another sport and stuff like that. Still, you know what I mean?
It's wild. It's wild.
Yeah, that'll be a crazy life. Yeah.
Right. But if you guys like questions like that you guys listen to on the podcast formats, or if you guys on the YouTube listening, let us know more questions down below in the comment section on the YouTube video, and then we'll try to pick one, and then we'll tell you guys who said it and whatnot, if you guys are interested in like discussions or like that. But and with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap it up, fellas. You guys got anything closing remarks at all?
Nope.
Okay, all right, cool.
I think the NFL so far has gotten off to a pretty solid start. Looks like the Rams are legit. Looks like the Eagles have some questions. We'll see though after
Carson Wentz, right? Wentz is back, bro. Wentz is coming back.
Still on Sean Jeffrey though, because Now they trying to find out. Hey, yo, still no Dez, bro.
Oh man. And on that,
I actually think the Cowboys might be forced to re-sign him. I really do think
I thought they were going to pick up Josh because you know how Jerry is. He like those problem child. So
of course, but we're gonna see because we keep talking about Dez. You know how Flock gonna check out. So let's go ahead and end this.
Right.
Appreciate everybody for coming through for yet another episode. This is episode 51 of Triple Threat Sports Podcast. Appreciate you guys for coming through. If you guys would like to continue to support the Game Illuminati as a whole, be sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/GI updates. We actually just went ahead and updated a few tiers, so if you want to check those out, be able to support us as a whole, but also get some cool incentives as well. Pull up on us on the Discord and everything like that. Everybody's been playing 2K. There's a lot of games coming out. If you guys want to just come out and find a chill community, come through, check it out. That's patreon.com/GI updates. Shout out to you guys listening to us on Anchor and all the other podcast formats. Thank you guys so much. This has been Ace of All Trades, Flock, Siggy, and UTXJG Jadon with Game Illuminati, and we out here. Peace.